Hi and welcome to Real Reviews. My name's Martin Carr and today we're going to talk about House of the Dragon, the long-awaited prequel to Game of Thrones, which is out on Sky Atlantic right now. Let's get into it. So, House of the Dragon on Sky Atlantic. It's been in production for about 3 years. It comes in at $17 million an episode, if reports are to be believed, and it stars Paddy Considine as King Viserys Targaryen, alongside Matt Smith as his brother Damien. In there also is Rhys Evans as right hand to the King and Chief Advisor Otto Hightower, as well as Olivia Cooke, who plays Rhaenyra Targaryen amongst this exceptional ensemble cast. It is set 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones and marks the beginning of the end of the House of Targaryen, which in turn led to the Civil War, which is referred to as the Dance of Dragons. Question is it any good? Let's find out next. So I guess whether or not you think it's any good is purely down to how much of a fan you were of the original show. I like Game of Thrones. To be honest, I did stop watching it around season 5 or 6, but that was down to time and other commitments. It wasn't down to the quality of the show itself, which I still think was an exceptional piece of work. You can feel that quality coming through in the House of the Dragon, but you can also feel them reminding you that it is a Game of Thrones show and that you should like it, which doesn't necessarily make it likeable, if that makes sense. There are good performances. I think Paddy Considine is very good as the King Viserys, without grandstanding. I think Matt Smith does Matt Smith, but he does quite a good job of being malevolent and manipulative and a bit cunning, and it's a nice turn from him. But I think the real standout for me is Rhys Evans as Otto Hightower, who literally immerses himself in the role, and for at least the first 10 or 15 minutes of his time on screen, I didn't really know it was him, which has got to be a mark of the quality there, I think. I also think the visual effects and production design from Jim Clay, who did Children of Men, is exceptional. I think you get a real sense of history. I think you get a sense of these architectural structures which have been around for literally thousands of years. The dragons are exceptionally rendered, because let's be honest, that's what it's called. It's called House of the Dragon, so if they're no good, it's not going to be a great show, right? There's subterfuge, there's family infighting, there's issues of succession, and there's power struggles, and there's everything you'd expect, and there's a lot of bloodletting, and there's a little bit of sex thrown in for good measure, because hey, it's Game of Thrones, right? So would I recommend it? Yeah, I would, you know, but it doesn't reinvent the wheel, and I think the first season, it needs time to bed in as a show. I think when we hit the ground running in the second season, when it expands on Fire and Blood, which is the book they used and as a source material, I think this will really get going. But for the time being, yeah, give this a go. It's worth a watch. So that was House of the Dragon. I'm Martin Carr. This has been Real Reviews. If you've liked the video, like the video. Click the little thumb thingy. If you want to subscribe, subscribe as well. Hey, what the hell? And please leave a comment. Always welcome, always open to criticism, as long as it's constructive. Until we talk again, take care. Bye.